Well, Tahith, welcome to Luton.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. No, it's exciting to be here.
I've read a lot about your journey to get to this exact spot. Also read that you didn't even like football until 2006, was it?
Yeah, 2006 World Cup. I think that's like probably one of the first time obviously watching football. My dad used to play football as well. And obviously he used to, all the time go and play, and you would like, you want to come along, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch this sport. No, nothing for me. And then I think I watched the World Cup final 2006, and like after that I said to him like, I want to start playing football. And I think it took him a few months to actually believe me, because I don't think he actually believed me, but yeah, that's how it started really.
So what was it about that final that captured your love for the game?
I think obviously I was so young at the time, I don't even think I knew obviously all the rules and what was going on. I think it was just obviously the atmosphere that I was living at the time, obviously still in the Caribbean, Curacao. Everyone watched the final, the whole family and everything, and then obviously watching the final. I think it was a crazy final because that's when Zidane had the headbutt and everything. So I don't know, there was just something after that I just said like, this is really a sport I kind of like really. I would like to try it and see how good I am really.
What was it like growing up in Curacao?
I think it's lovely really, in terms of obviously all the family is there, so all the time you're with family, and then obviously after I started playing football as well, so on the Saturdays and Sundays there's football all the time, but really enjoyable. Weather is always nice, and the beaches you can go to and stuff like that, which it's been really enjoyable. I try to go back almost every summer, see the family and everyone.
I saw on your Instagram you did go back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This year was probably a bit shorter, but really enjoyable.
So you moved over to Holland at 8 years old with your mum and dad. Tell me how that felt. Obviously at the time you were so young, but this opportunity came to go over and have a trial.
Yeah, so I think obviously I went to do the trial final at the time. I think I did a trial for like a couple of weeks maybe. I think when you're so young, obviously you don't really realize. You're just thinking, I'm just gonna play football in a different country. Yeah. It's nice, So it's compliment to my mum and dad as well, because I'm probably at that time they probably sacrificed way more than I did at such a young age. I just thought like, oh, it sounds fun. Obviously as you get older you kind of realize obviously what kind of goes into it and everything that goes into it really. So for me it was enjoyable at the time, but obviously looking back I can understand and see what obviously my mum and dad sacrificed at the time.
So how did your parents help you focus on your game over in Holland, because you were there until you were 16?
I think just making it easy. Obviously, I think they took all the burdens and everything, and for me it was just about going out and enjoy. Obviously, still at the time, obviously with matching it and mixing it with school. So I think they just did their best of obviously me just trying to focus on school and football at the time. That was just my two main things, and I think they did a brilliant job in terms of that, just taking the burdens, and they probably had some stressful days probably. But obviously they never let me notice as a kid during that time. So, again, that's just compliment to them really.
And they moved over to Manchester with you when you were 16. And look, this is some move as a 16-year-old, isn't it? You go over to Manchester and you get scouted there. And how do you feel when that opportunity comes around to join Manchester United?
I think just looking back obviously on the journey, I think kid just from the Caribbean, from Curacao. It's obviously a massive opportunity, just knowing United, from obviously still living in Curacao and probably playing on the Xbox and PS5 and stuff with them. So it's massive at the time, and obviously we discuss it as a family, but I think it's just excitement and proud moment. Whether you go or not, it's just to get noticed is already a massive plus really.
Yeah. And with that move to Manchester United, you had a few years, you made a couple of appearances, but what did you say you learned most from your time there?
I think obviously going there already, to start with, I have to say it felt like really a family club. Really enjoyed my time there and obviously learning and even like training with the first team and seeing all these big names and big players. It's you're constantly learning. You just try to be like a sponge around everyone and just trying to soak everything up, and I think that's been important for me just on my journey. Something I've always said, wherever I go or whatever experience, it's like I'm carrying a backpack, and all the experiences I learn, I just put them in there, and then maybe in 5-6 years I might need them. So I just open up my backpack and then see what I can do with that in terms of experience-wise.
Is there any bit of advice from a player at Manchester United or a former manager that you take with you every day?
I think there's obviously so much, because obviously you're daily there, and it's like all the time players coming to speak to you, whether it's on your game or whether that's off the pitch stuff, how to conduct yourself. Because again, I think obviously you're 24/7 in the spotlight, so you kind of learn how to conduct yourself and how to well behave and everything really. So it's so much that you learn, not only on the pitch but off the pitch as well.
You had a couple of loan moves away in Germany and Belgium, and then you made your move to Birmingham City back here in England. And I think most Luton fans will remember the 5-0 at Kenilworth Road. We probably don't want to talk about it too much, but you had a good game that day, and I think you got clapped off by our fans as well that day.
Yeah, I think that was like probably for me obviously the first time experiencing that, but I think that's something that obviously stuck with me for a long time. Obviously, again, that's just respect. And to be honest, obviously now that I'm here, I'm only excited obviously to see the fans as well, and look forward to obviously work hard and try to gain their trust as well. But obviously that experience was crazy. Looking back and thinking about it, it's just respect really for the fans.
And you're now a Premier League player again. How happy are you for this opportunity to have a chance to prove yourself again in the Premier League?
I think very, very exciting. And coming to a club where I spoke previously about United being a family club. Just from a few hours really here, being here, you can already feel that it's really a family club. And obviously me being a football fan, obviously over the couple of years I've probably watched some games from you guys, and obviously how you play and everything. It shows togetherness, it shows a unit, and you can only have that really if you're really a family club.
I was going to say, is that one of the main reasons that attracted you to come to this club, the togetherness?
Yeah, I think it's so important, because at every club you're gonna face adversity, you're gonna face whatever that comes down the way. That's not always gonna be good, or it's not always gonna be positive. But if it's a family club, you can you stick through it together, you go through it together, and it's always easier to do it as a family rather than just everyone as an individual.
Well, Tahith, look forward to seeing you playing in the Premier League in the Luton shirt. Thanks so much for your time.
No, thank you.